Okay. In the last session, you have any doubt regarding? I will discuss regarding Typescript. Nimit, you have any question? Actually, you see the
I see the recording. So these things I have no question around this.
okay. Dinesh, you have any question?
No, I don't have any
Okay.
questions.
Okay. Okay. Now, start from on here. I complete on here. Okay. I complete on here these things yesterday. Last session discussed with this TypeScript. Okay, this and I will discuss with the function on here. Okay, then we have function in the JavaScript. Okay, then we will talk about in on TypeScript function on here. First function is a named function. Named. Name. Okay. This is a on here we can install the automatic intelligence incoming. Okay, on here this is a named function. On here function parameter return type and return name and number one and number two, and call this function console dot log 8, call on here 8 10 comma 2 20. Okay, then output will be, I will check output. I comment this code because no need. I comment this code. Go to the terminal and first the command is type tsc first sample dot ts. Okay, I feel this issue is related to Node.js. Okay, I later. After that, I run the generate the file. JS file is generated first sample.js. Okay, now run node first the file first sample dot js.
Yes.
Okay. Then output will be 30. Okay, and 10 and 20 output will be 30. This is a named function.
Yes.
Okay, after that we will talk about anonymous function. Okay, named function actually this is a has a on here right syntax is a function. Okay, and has a function can be hosted before definition. It can be used before definition. Okay, like syntax on here change. We will on here we have anonymous function. Anonymous function you change the syntax. Okay, anonymous function. Okay, anonymous function on here we will call from here. Okay, but anonymous function you can get value from variable. Direct get value in the variable from function on change on here.
Okay.
Okay, this
So you
change
meant
on
to
here.
say that yeah. So it means that the function will be assigned to this sub variable, and if we require to call this function apart from that in the later in the program, so
Yeah,
we just use the sub variable, right?
correct. This assign value in direct in the variable. No need to call from another place. But on here named function you need to call from another place. Okay, no direct value
Okay.
can assign. Okay, these
Okay.
things on difference is anonymous and named function. Okay, after that we will talk about uh, anonymous arrow function. Arrow function. Okay, in the arrow function, Okay, in the arrow function on here, we change on here arrow function and we are difference between on here is use a lambda expression. Okay, these things you can, if you know the C sharp, then on here lambda expression. Okay, this syntax is a lambda expression. This arrow function has come in ECMAScript 6. Before that, arrow function is not available. ECMAScript 5. In ECMAScript 6, this arrow function is introduced.
So importance of arrow function is over anonymous function.
Anonymous function, and this you can use, this is a in one line. Okay, on here this is a means only on here, this is a on here use lambda expression. This is difference on here, lambda expression, and this function is introduced, anonymous function is come in ECMAScript 5, but arrow function is come ECMAScript 6. And anonymous function, uh, it is a you can say on here with you can say only difference on here, this is a through the lambda expression we can call on here, and this is store in on here variable, this is store on here variable, and but on this is called on the lambda expression on in one line. Or we can change the syntax, like we can change on here num num1 multiply num2. Okay, in one line you can do. Okay, this things on change, you can see in the syntax on here, this is a return type on here, all things. Okay, we need to return type, but in the lambda expression you can see in on here through the lambda expression you can multiply and get value in the variable. This is the difference on here only. Okay, on here we need to return type. Okay, this call from another place. Okay, this value written from this variable, but on here you can call in one line, multiply number pass value on number return type and this lambda expression. After that you can do calculation or some logic. This is a lambda expression, this called arrow function. Dinesh, you can understand?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay. Any confusion? Then go to the next.
No confusion.
Okay. Then I will discuss with the class. Person we have created the one. Yes. Okay. You know the class in the C sharp already, you know. Okay. Then same things I will apply. Actually, TypeScript mainly concept used through the C sharp oops concept. Mainly 80-90%. Some changes, but 100% both are not same concept, but some changes. But mainly you can see C sharp. If you know the C sharp, then you can understand TypeScript simply. On here, write one class person. Okay, one here person, and write one property person ID. Okay, this person ID is type is number. Okay, a number a, or you can write on here undefined. This is a is called as a union type. This is a union type. If you not need to undefined, then you can write these things. If you don't need to then you can on here write nullable. Okay, these things you know in the C sharp, correct?
So in the C
It,
sharp, we only mention the question mark for the string type. So here you can pass a question mark to the number type also.
yes, in the C sharp you can number, yes. On there nullable, you can on there, okay, on there some syntax change. On write if a number, then you can write nullable, correct? But string type you can
Yes,
write question mark. Okay. But on here syntax
yes.
only question mark. On here
Okay.
only question mark. Or if you not write question mark, then you can write on here undefined. Okay. These things you can also do. Both things you can do. Okay. Then second is person name. After that we will uh, create the constructor. You know the constructor in the C sharp
Yes.
constructor. Okay. One here constructor pass the parameter, assign the value. Okay. Assign the value, and on here call the function, write one function. Function name you can write so person info, anything you can write so info, also so info you can write so info, and return type void. Okay, console dot write line. Okay, this is a function we have created the one class person. On here two property, person id and person name. Okay, on here we can pass the two parameter. Okay, on here this is a assign the value. When the constructor call, then come value on here and assign value in the this property person id and person name. Okay, then I will call this, I create the object of this class. uh, you can let through the let you can create, or you can create the where. Okay, let p1. Okay, okay. So then this is a I create the instance of the in the C sharp we have create the instance. Okay, same things on here we have create the instance of person. In the person, this is a class. Okay, class instance. We can pass the parameter on here. This is a pass parameter called the constructor. This is a constructor on here. Okay, this is a constructor. Call this parameter on here and assign value. Okay, then in this object assign the value. Okay, after that we will call the function. In on this property assign the value person id and person name. Okay, then call this uh, when let p1 is equal to new person 101 and Chandra. This value go to the when execute this line, go to the this constructor. Okay, assign value in this value person id and person name. If you on here, okay, first complete these things. Okay, assign value and call this so info. Okay, then person id and person name output will come on here. Okay, just I check on here. Let's see first. Okay, sorry. I change the class name. I change the file name. Okay, person person.ts. Yes. Okay, then generate the file person.js file. Okay, now node person.js. Okay, then output will be person id is equal to 101, person name is equal to Chandra. Correct?
Okay.
Understand?
Yes. This show info is a method of void type, right?
Yeah, this is a void type. This is a void type.
Okay.
If you want to return, then you can return. If you want to return on here string type, then you can do. Okay. After that, suppose that keep on here p1 dot. Okay, we have person id, person name. Okay. In the
Hmm.
C sharp, we have multiple modifier. Okay. Modify, we have private, protected, okay,
Public.
internal, public. But on here we have three modifier only. One is a private, second is a public, third is a protected. Okay, so
Okay.
I will do on here. Suppose that we have do this property. We will do this property private. Okay,
Mm.
I apply this property. We want to do this property private. Okay, then I check this on here. This is accessible outside the class or not. Then you can see person name is coming only. Okay, and so info. Two things is coming, but person ID is not coming. But if I remove these things, okay, then you can check. We have three parameters: person ID, person name, and so info method. Correct? These things, because this class is this class on here. This class on here. Outside this class, we want to access. Okay, then you can do one is protected, okay, and by default is public. If you not any right modifier, then it's public. Okay, if
It's in public by default. Okay.
yeah, then you will check on here, but this is outside the club. So again, this property is not showing. Okay, then what the can you tell me the what is the meaning of protected? How to what is the meaning of protected? Can you know in C, sir?
Yeah, protected can be used in the drive class also.
Correct. In the derived class. Then we suppose that we have created the two class. Okay. We have created the one class person and another class, and I inherit person class in the another class. Then you can use this property in the derived class. Correct.
Mm.
On here you cannot access because this is a protected. If you
Protected.
want to if you want to inherit in the another class, then you can access. Understand?
Okay. So it means that public by default can be accessible outside the class with the
Uh,
variable.
yeah.
Right.
Public
Okay.
access in this editor in public in anywhere you can access. Okay, but outside this page means person that yes in this page, then you can use another things. We will talk one by one. We can do these things. We can talk with the module. Okay, first
Okay.
you can stay on here. Okay,
Okay.
these things you can understand. Any confusion on here?
No.
Okay. Okay, after that, I have created the constructor. Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
I will in the actually I compare with the CSAR main reason is because you know the CSAR. Both person is
Okay.
know the CSAR, correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So mainly my uh, concept is a CSAR with compare the CSAR. So when
Okay.
we talk to the CSAR in the constructor, in the CSAR constructor, in the CSAR, what the overloading?
Overloading means that you are just have a same name but different signature.
Overloading constructor. Okay. Overload. We will talk about the overloading constructor.
Okay.
Okay. Same overloading. मतलब same name and different signature. Correct? On there.
Correct.
But on here some difference. On here suppose that ki we have create the one constructor. On here mainly I tell you the definition. On here, you know the signature and definition and implementation. Both things you know. Definition means you can only declaration. You can no, sorry, uh, uh, declaration and implementation. Correct. Suppose that in the we will talk about the interface. Okay, in the interface you can only
Mm.
declaration. but you can
Yes.
implement in the
Implement
class.
this.
In the class, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So same
Correct.
things on here. On here we have implement declaration on constructor. We have only one constructor on there. You can implement other constructor only declaration. Like we can write on here constructor constructor uh, constructor ID ID comma name. Okay, this is a one constructor. Second constructor. Second constructor is name. Okay. Okay. On here we have difference on here. ID. Okay. On here ID and name. Both things is available. But on here ID available, but this is a nullable. This is a means nullable in the C sharp. This is a value is undefined or not. Coming value is coming or not. This is both constructor is different. On here constructor name is same, but in the signature on here signature is change. Okay, on here not nullable means not allow these things. This
It
question
is a
mark.
required
Okay,
variable. It is
okay,
required variable. It is not
okay.
a variable.
On here we have need to undefined, but on here we not need to undefined. Okay, so change the
Hmm.
signature on here. Correct. Change the
Correct.
signature on here. Okay. Same things if you want to another write constructor. You can write also default constructor. Okay. Default constructor means you can all parameter is undefined. Correct. By default, I discussed in the first class. If you remember, uh, if if you remember, you can see my notepad. Notepad plus.
Yes.
Okay. On here. Okay. When you not pass any parameter, then value is undefined. Correct.
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Understand, Dinesh? Dinesh.
Yes, I'm there. Yeah.
Uh,
No.
these things you understand in the previous session I have when you not pass any parameter then it is undefined.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, then on here. Okay, but there is a three constructor on here only declaration. On here only declaration, but on in the TypeScript we have only one implementation, only one constructor which on there only one on there we can implement based on condition. Based on condition you can implement like uh, like if on here we have check id id uh, okay, not equal to undefined and name is equal to not equal to undefined. First condition, else if id on here id is not undefined. Okay, name is undefined. Okay, then these things you can write. Okay, else both are undefined, then call this parameter. If both are undefined, then call these things. I format these things from the right click on the format selection. Okay, through this you can format. Okay, then on here there is a three constructor. This is definition, ID,
Mm-hmm.
name. This is a
Mm-hmm.
mandatory. ID is mandatory,
Uh-huh.
name is not mandatory. But on here this is a default constructor. On here both parameters non
I think
mandatory. So
on none. Oh,
based on
yeah.
condition, okay, both parameters is not mandatory. Okay, when you call this constructor, then this condition will execute. When this call this connect, because only ID is mandatory, then call this condition is execute. If both is not mandatory, then else condition is execute. Okay, understand? Okay,
Okay.
then I will check. I remove this. Okay, I only pass 101. 101. Okay, then I write on your console person died ID, or no, I'm not write anything on here. Person died ID based on condition ID not equal to undefined. Okay, then you can write console. You can write for the understanding. You can write understand. Okay, single parameter constructor. Okay,
Hmm.
single parameter, because
Hmm.
on here only single parameter. Same things you can pass on here console two parameter constructor, correct? Okay,
Correct.
then I call first is one parameter, second is we have called the two parameter. There is a two parameter on here. We can change the instance name. Okay, change the instance name.
Okay.
Even that, so you this is call this function. If not want to call, no problem. Okay, and if you want to call this default, then you can on here console dot default constructor. Okay, and on here
Okay.
we will call let let p is equal to new person. Okay,
Okay.
person. Default parameter, one parameter, two parameter, and then run this. Clear tsc tsc person. Okay, tsc person dot ts.
Yes.
Okay, then execute. Okay, you can see first is default constructor.
Hmm.
Okay, second is a single parameter constructor. Okay,
Hmm.
this is a single parameter constructor. Okay,
Yes.
this is a default parameter because on here five parameter is default. This is a default.
Hmm.
Okay, this is a
Hmm.
default constructor. This is a single
Single
parameter
parameter
constructor.
construct.
Okay,
Hmm.
this is a two parameter constructor. Understand? Okay, this is a
Yes.
single parameter constructor and this is a two parameter constructor. Okay, so this is
Okay.
things on here only for the constructor. This concept on here, overloading concept. Overloading concept in the TypeScript, these things on same things on the C#, but in the C# we have the on their method overloading. Also on here method overloading I will show you, but this I only discussing with the constructor. I on here discuss with the constructor. Then you can assign this constructor like this and call this constructor. Only you can see only I have declare definition we have three constructor, but only implementation only in the one constructor. One constructor only. Okay, understand any confusion, Dinesh?
No, Chandra. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. After that, we will talk about overloading method. Overloading method. Over overloaded method. Okay. Okay. Same things. On there we have constructor, but here is a method. We have two parameter. Okay. We have one parameter. We have default parameter. Okay. There we have three method on here. Okay. Same name, but signature parameter is change. Okay. And same things.
Okay.
Same things on here. Only one implementation on here. So info we can call on here. and call the parameter on here. Name id, okay, id colon, you can write in the level also, number comma, number comma, name, okay, okay. So on here, based on condition, we can write the output. What the error here is compatible with the implement signature. Okay, we have write down on here. What the error here? Why error is coming? We need to write null level. Okay, because on here two parameter, on here one parameter, on here default. So this is a implementation on here. So we need to write null level. Okay, so same things on here, right? If condition, if both parameter is mandatory, then execute this line. If one parameter is mandatory, then this line. If no parameter is mandatory, then you can write this line. Okay, so then you can format, right click, format selection on here. Okay, this is a three method. One is this is a definition, this is a declaration, and this is a definition. Only one method for the definition and declaration, different. Okay, you can write logic in the one method based on condition, if condition, or based on parameter, you can write condition. Okay, so same thing, we can call this on here, we can call the constructor. After that, we will call the method on here. Method p dot show info. Okay, p dots we will show on here which method is it? Okay, this is a person. Okay, then show info on here, call default parameter. Pehla, first is default parameter. Second is you can pass. We have actually no need to call the another instance, because this method in the same class. Okay, with different parameter, one method. Then you can call same things in C sharp, like if you understand C sharp, because in the C sharp you can same method, correct? Same method, same class, different method you can call with a different parameter. Okay, so on here, if p, okay, these things is same instance I am calling these things p. Okay, also same
Okay.
things on do things, same things also on here. Okay, same instance you can call, no need to create the more another instance. Okay, same things you can call on here. Then
Okay.
run this code. Okay, then default method. Okay, default method, this is a default method. Okay, after that, single parameter method, single parameter method, single parameter method. Okay, 101. After two parameter method, two parameter pass. Okay, then on here two parameter method. Okay, so same things we are showing on here. Okay, this is a method overloading, this is a constructor overloading, this is a constructor overloading. Okay, this is a method overloading. We can clear. Any doubt on here, please tell me, because I give the assignment for it.
Okay. No worry.
Okay, Dinesh, you understand? Any confusion on here?
Yeah, yes,
Okay. Okay. Then this is clear for the overloading concept. Okay. After that, we will talk about the inheritance.
Okay.
inheritance. Then I inheritance. Okay. They create the class one is a class employee and extend the class person. Okay. Then you can see on here same things. I will show you. We create the class is protected and then show on here how to show on here. Okay. First I create the class employee. Okay. This is extend. This is keyword in the Java. Actually in the C# we have write the colon. Okay. But this extend keywords from the Java. Java also in the extend keywords for the inheritance. And I will write the constructor. Constructor. Okay. Mm, you in the Java also super keyword also in the used in the Java. Okay, same concept on here. Java super used for the for in the constructor from base class construct to call the base class constructor. Super is used for the base class constructor. Okay, so actually this error is coming. Why is error coming? Because this inherit person class. Okay, person class on here error. Why error is coming? Can you tell me? Any idea? This constructor why error is coming?